Hi and welcome back. In this video, we're going to get the page count from the page itself as opposed to hard coding it to 50. So instead of 50, we want page.page count, for example. Now this is going to be a property of our all books page. So let's go into there and add it in. What we'll want to do is, of course, have some property here that says page count. And it'll return, well, we're going to start with 50, but of course it's going to return something coming from the page. Let's go over to Chrome and find out what that might be. Here we have now moved over to Chrome where we've got the page, and we're going to right click and inspect. This is going to bring us over to the inspector, and it's going to highlight the thing we've inspected. In this case, it's an li, not too interesting. If we go down to the very bottom and we right-click and inspect the 50, we will now get something a bit more interesting, which is this pager here. And I'm just going to expand this. And notice how the website changes, but the HTML is not going to change, so this is fine. Then we have a bunch of things in here. We have a li, which has a class of current, and that contains page 1 of 50. In there, we have a UL, which is a pager. By the way, I know I'm scrolled too high up there. So this is the pager there. That's inside a div, which is inside another div, which is inside the section. So as you can see, fairly similar to where the different different books are. We've got, instead of inside that row class, we've got a pager. And inside that pager class, that UL, we have a list item, which is the current class that has the page 1 of 50. So what we're going to do is extract this class here. And what we're going to do is go over to the top, div page inner. Then we're going to get the section. Then we're going to get the pager. And then we're going to get the li current. And that's going to give us the page 1 of 50. So let's go over back to PyCharm and set this up. Let's open the all books page locators. And here we're going to add a new locator. This locator is going to be the pager locator. And it's going to be div.pageinner section ul.pager li.current. That's going to give us that element we just found that contains page 1 of 50. Going back to the all books page, instead of returning 50, we are going to get the content from that tag. So we're going to do content equals self.soup.find, select one, all books page locators dot pager dot string, and that's going to give us page 1 of 50. And then we're going to use regular expressions to extract the 50. And I think you can do that. Looking at the currency we looked at earlier in the book parser, you can do the same thing for page 1 of 50. And what we're interested in this case is the 50 that comes at the end. So using the regular expression module and the search function inside it, I think you can find this. Give this a go and then come back to the video and we will continue. I hope you managed. All that we have to do is, of course, first of all, define our pattern, which is going to be page 0 to 9 plus of, and then inside brackets 0 to 9 plus, because this is going to be page 1 or page 10 or 20 or whatever of 50, for example. And inside the brackets, remember, we're going to get our group when we do search. So then we're going to create our matcher, which is going to be re.search of pattern in content. We have to import re, and another tidbit of Python convention. When you import a module, I think I may have said this earlier, when you import a module, make sure that it's at the top. Other module imports that you don't import from your own code go underneath it, and finally, your own code imports go below that. So this style of imports go at the very top. And then we've got the number of pages, which is an int of matcha.group1. Remember, matcha group 0 is going to be the entire page 1 of 50. The first group, group 1, is going to be whatever's inside the brackets. And if you had multiple sets of brackets, that would be then group 2 and group 3 and so forth. And that's it. We then return pages, and that will give us the number of pages in the whole site. Let's go back to app, and instead now we can see that this has not gone yellow anymore, which was an error before. Now it is page.page_count. It seems valid. We can run the menu again. Let me close that. And we shouldn't get any errors, but it should take a while. And there we have it. It seems to be loaded. We can get the best books, and we can see that they are there. And so that's pretty awesome. We now have successfully extracted some more information from the page, and as you can see, there's really nothing too magical going on here. All that we're doing is selecting or finding the locator that we want to use in your browser, and then just getting it, or maybe doing some regular expression to extract something from it. Regular expressions, very powerful, can be a bit confusing, so I'd recommend you study them in more depth as you advance your knowledge of programming. It can be really useful. But that's it for this video. I just wanted to show you another example of extracting some data from the site and how straightforward it is. All you're looking for are patterns. So with that said, I'll see you on the next video.